Yes, sir. Yo, what's up, people? It's your boy. I'm Christodon1, and I am back with another video. Now, I've been wanting to do this video for a minute now, okay? And I'm going to tell you guys and break it down the situation that's going on with DJ Akademiks, Joe Budden and Nadeska on Everyday Struggle. Now, there's many layers to this altercation, if you want to call it an altercation, what transpired a couple of days ago. Basically, it went down like this. DJ Akademiks was talking about P. Diddy. And then Joe Budden replied that with certain individuals such as P. Diddy, you shouldn't have an opinion on those individuals. And DJ Akademiks basically said, well, everyone's entitled to their opinion. Now, believe it or not, both sides, they're sort of right, okay? When you're talking about Joe Budden, his interpretations towards everyone shouldn't necessarily have an opinion on certain individuals, and what DJ Akademiks said was, well, everyone has the right to an opinion, okay? And both of these brothers are right, okay? However, it evolved into something else, all right? Mainly what's going on with DJ Akademiks, and they tried to put a, hit on his credentials, okay? Basically, in a nutshell, saying that DJ Akademiks, all he does is stay on Twitch. He does interviews with thoughts, and he talks about people. He don't necessarily do music. And DJ Akademiks implied what's going on with his situation on his Instagram page, where he can't necessarily download music. I mean, he can't have music on his Instagram page, which I don't know if other record companies have issued takedown warnings on his videos, and that may be true. But I think DJ Akademiks, sometimes he plays, sometimes he's on the borderline. Sometimes he might be talking about the hip-hop culture, hip-hop music, hip-hop artists from the perspective of the material that they upload. And sometimes it crosses over into their personal lives. And I think a lot of this is stemming from DJ Akademiks on his YouTube channel, where he did certain, he report about the situation that's going on in Chicago, okay? Which it's not a joke, okay? It's not a laughing joke. There's a lot of tension going on in Chicago, and DJ Akademiks sort of glorified that, okay, in a comedic way, all right? Sometimes DJ Akademiks, when he's talking about certain issues, he might throw a little dink here and there, okay? To him, he says basically the reason why he does this is simple. He wants to, let me straighten this camera up. He wants to sort of talk about things in, he sort of talks about things, but he wants to add a little sarcasm in it, okay? Lightly sarcasm in it. And I can understand his point of view. However, I wouldn't necessarily do that, particularly in situations such as the Chirac, what's going on in Chicago, what's going on with Chi-Town, in the urban community. I don't think issues like that need to be addressed with sarcasm, lightly sarcasm, or try to be very comedic on it, okay? It is what it is with that situation, okay? And I remember I forgot the guy's name. He's from that area. And when he addressed it with DJ Akademiks, basically his position was, well, how can you talk about these stories and you don't necessarily know these people? You don't know the struggle that they go through. He went through many funerals with some of these people, and some of these people know him. He has some type of relationship with these people, and he felt kind of offended. Well, he did feel offended by the way how DJ Akademiks went about, in a media sense, talking about these issues, okay? Now, DJ Akademiks put a spin on it saying, well, so do I have to know these people in order to talk about these people? No, I don't think that's where he was coming from, but I do say this, when something's sensitive, a topic that's so sensitive, that's so controversial, I feel like we, particularly in social media, I think people are not, I think people really don't try to treat topics and treat subjects like, you know, very candid and very personal, okay? Don't put a lot of respect in it. Basically just talking about something and have no emotion on it, okay? I feel like when you tiptoe with certain subjects, such as what's going on in Chi-Town, I think topics like that, you know, you should address those topics very seriously with no sarcasm. It's okay to have an opinion on it, but at the end of the time, it shouldn't be an opinion where you basically making fun of it or making light of it. And that's where, I think his name is Vince, that's where he was coming from with DJ Akademiks. Now, when that went down a couple of months back, DJ Akademiks, when he challenged DJ Akademiks, DJ Akademiks defended himself, but he didn't go off on the guy, okay? And why should he, okay? He kind of knew he was in the wrong with that. And that's where this is coming from, you know. And Joe Budden is an instigator. I don't understand why DJ Akademiks do not understand that. Sometimes you have to look at life as you're playing the game of life as chess, not checkers, okay? And sometimes DJ Akademiks, particularly with his relationship with Joe Budden and Nadeska, I feel like he should understand the people that he works with or work for. Okay, when you're talking about Joe Budden, he's a huge instigator. He doesn't let anything go. Okay, and he remembers things, and he just saves it. He saves it up like ammo, and when there's a time to use it, he will use it. Okay, and he used it in this particular show, trying to discredit DJ Akademiks. And if you look at all the episodes, that's pretty much what Joe Budden has been doing. He's pretty much treated DJ Akademiks as, well, you don't really know anything. You have no experience in the hip hop community. You don't understand how music business work. And he pretty much discredits DJ Akademiks on every situation and every opportunity he can do so. Okay, now with Nadeska, I think Nadeska's patience with DJ Akademiks is wearing thin to the point. She used to defend DJ Akademiks, but now it's gotten so where, you know, her patience is wearing thin. Okay, and and the funny thing about DJ Akademiks, he loves to call people out, but when people call him out, he feels a certain type of way. Now, if you're going to be critiquing people, and if you're going to be critiquing people's styles, people's talents, people's lifestyles, this, that, and the third, that's a two-way street. Now, if you have tough skin to critique people, then you should have even tougher skin when people critique you. Now, as far as that situation, I feel like both brothers were in the right. I felt like where Joe Budden was coming from, with certain individuals, you can't necessarily talk about, you shouldn't necessarily have an opinion of that particular person, particularly their lifestyle, because you don't know, you have no experience what they go through, because they're on a different stratosphere. When you talk about their lifestyle, when you talk about their business, when you talk about their ethics, when you talk about all the things that they do on a day-to-day basis, things that you have never gravitated or even came close to gravitating in your lifetime, okay? So yeah, I understand where he's coming from. When you're talking about names like P. Diddy, Jay-Z, when you talk about those brothers, there's quite few individuals in the world that live the life that they're currently in right now and understand the pressure that these brothers go through on a day-to-day basis. There's few individuals that experience that. And me personally, I don't know what they go through. And DJ Akademiks, if he was, if he did a live stream, he would say, hey, I don't know what these guys go through. I don't know what the struggles or the pressures that they go through, if they have pressure, okay? But that's where Joe Budden was coming from. If you don't know what these guys go through, then how can you critique these guys? How can you say these guys are doing things wrong or doing things right, okay? And that's where Joe Budden was coming from when he said that. Now with DJ Akademiks, he's right. Everyone's entitled to an opinion, okay? Everyone. Doesn't matter your experience, doesn't matter if you're poor, doesn't matter if you're rich, doesn't matter if you're educated, doesn't matter if you're uneducated, this, that, and the third, whatever corner of the world you come from, everyone has an opinion. He's right about that, okay? But make sure your opinion is valid, and it's not it's not coming from a hating point of view, okay? It shouldn't be coming from as, well, hell, if I had that type of opportunity, I would do it like X, Y, and Z, okay? It shouldn't be that way. I think everyone has a right to their opinion, but however, I understand where Joe Budden was coming from. There are certain individuals that you can't necessarily critique. Now, DJ Akademiks had a huge breakdown, and he's throwing pencils left or right, and he was going through some things, and he was inside his feelings. He should have gotten outside his feelings, get out of his feelings, and it's just one of those situations where he's going to be constantly tested, because if you look at those three individuals, and if you look at their backgrounds, Joe Budden was a hip-hop rapper. He's in the hip-hop culture. He understands the hip-hop business because he used to be in the business of hip-hop, as well as when you're talking about social media, entertainment, things of that nature. When you look at Nadeska, she has a journalistic background. She has a degree in that, and that speaks in volumes, okay? But when you're looking at DJ Akademiks, he's pretty much, DJ Akademiks really doesn't have any type of experience or background in the music industry or in journalism, okay? And then that's where the struggle is. That's where the communication barrier is. That's why they don't understand one another. When Joe Budden is talking about something, particularly peeping game and telling you guys about the hip-hop, the music industry, DJ Akademiks is lackadaisical. He really doesn't understand where Joe Budden is coming from. That doesn't make DJ Akademiks uneducated. It's just he does not have the experience to understand where Joe Budden is coming from. And when Nadeska came to him and said that, well, you do talk about people. You also talk about music, but you do talk about people. Nadeska is coming from a journalistic background. She's observing everything that's in the room. She's not just spitting stuff out, just hoping for it to stick on the wall. She has been paying a lot of attention to not only what DJ Akademiks says on Everyday Struggle, but all his other social media devices, okay? For DJ Akademiks to sit up there and say, well, you don't understand where I'm coming from, but because you haven't seen my whole catalog of material that I put out on social media, on YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, whatever, okay? And I feel like that's sort of you're kind of agreeing with Joe Budden's theory of, well, there are certain individuals that you can't really critique on or have an opinion on, okay? That sort of goes into those lines. Now, I'm not saying DJ Akademiks is an individual where you shouldn't critique him or give your honest opinion on him, but for you to sit up there and say, well, you have to see all of my material and then base your opinion is kind of laughable and kind of foolish, because the artists and the individuals that you guys critique about on Everyday Struggle, I'll be honest with you, DJ, if you was really honest with everybody, I don't think you necessarily follow all the material that that particular artist or that particular individual does, but you do still give your opinion, okay? So it's one of those type of things where DJ Akademiks looked real childish, very thin skin, and I feel like this is just another test to me, coming from the perspective of Joe Budden, where he's constantly disqualifying DJ Akademiks, intentionally or unintentionally. It really doesn't matter, because that's what Joe Budden been doing since episode 1. I don't know why he's doing it. I think that when you look at them, are they friends? I don't think they're necessarily friends. I don't think they're necessarily acquaintances. I think they're just two individuals that are trying to work with one another on this show with two different backgrounds. Joe Budden, I don't think he really respects DJ Akademiks, because he look at DJ Akademiks as some random walk-on who created a YouTube page and you know, got famous off of other people's accomplishments or, you know, other people's tragedies, okay? And he doesn't consider DJ Akademiks a music insider. He doesn't consider DJ Akademiks as a thoughtful person who has experience, and that, you know, that's where Joe Budden is coming from this when he's looking at DJ Akademiks. And DJ Akademiks understands this because Joe Budden has stated this in several shows, and the rest of the music industry have stated this to DJ Akademiks. I think a lot of rappers in the hip-hop game, they have a huge distaste for DJ Akademiks. There are certain artists that is sort of cool with DJ Akademiks, as long as DJ Akademiks ain't talking about their situations and critiquing their music. I think they're cool with them right now. But DJ Akademiks is the type of individual that if he sees buzz in a certain article on a certain artist, no matter if it's positive or negative, he's going to upload that video. And to me, to be fair, to be honest, I feel like DJ Akademiks is a good guy. I feel like DJ Akademiks does belong to Complex and do belong on Everyday Struggle, because to me, it's sort of like having the best of both worlds. You have an individual, you have a strong-minded individual such as Joe Budden in the hip-hop culture, embedded in the hip-hop culture, in the hip-hop industry, in the music biz, who understands the law, the lay of the land there, understands the dialogue and the language there. And then you have another YouTube sensation like DJ Akademiks, who uploads videos talking about the hip-hop culture, hip-hop music, what's current, what's vital in social media. And he's king of that sort of stuff that's going on in YouTube. He's a bigger household name in YouTube. Everyone knows DJ Akademiks. The same can be said for Joe Budden. And I feel like both of these two brothers are in the right situation, okay? But I don't think Joe Budden really respects DJ Akademiks. And now A Dangerous Patience is wearing thin on DJ Akademiks. And DJ Akademiks, you're going to see this for future shows, trying to prove to the world as well as his partner that he does belong there. And it's going to take time, okay? It's just going to take time. And that's why he had his huge meltdown, because he felt like he was making great strides in proving that he belonged there. And he felt like they crapped on him, they jumped on him on that particular show to try to once again discredit him, okay? It's just one of those situations. But guys, tell me what you think. Rate, comment, subscribe, please. Notification gang in the building. Hit that notification icon, that notification bell, so you'll know when my next video or live stream is going down. It's your boy. I'm Chris the Don One. I'm out.